And hello good people of the internet, it is I, Tommy Kelly, and this is Adventures in Woo Woo, and I am extremely hot. It is nearly 25 degrees in this large metal container that I call an office. Not quite that warm outside, but it's very warm, particularly for Ireland in this time of year. And as much as I welcome the sun in, as it makes it feel a bit more like it isn't the end of the world, that there is, literally sunshine about, and sunshine and happiness and all of these type of things, it can be quite hot. In yesterday's video, when I was looking at it to play back, I can notice that my face is a bit moist. Such is life. Please ignore my moist face. What I wanted to talk about in this video is just kind of a warning and a kind of a bit of a tip for people who are now going to spend their extra free time doing something creative, as an awful lot of people are. It's just, the warning is that you are going to find that there's going to be an awful lot of frustrations in doing things you think should be very simple things to do. I'll give you an example. My wife teaches yoga, and because all the classes have now been cancelled and you're not allowed social gatherings and stuff like that, she decided to do some videos and upload them so that her students could stay in touch and they could still do a practice and all that kind of remote kind of location teaching, this type of thing. And immediately her camera apps stopped working. Those things like where it wouldn't save, a video wouldn't record, or she had no problem with this kind of before. Then wouldn't upload to YouTube, or uploaded and there was, it went missing, or it was the wrong way around, or loads of different things, like the aspect ratio went all crazy. And she's going, oh, I'm just not going to do it. And I was going, no, stop. This is part of the journey, sadly. And this is something we come all up against. And I was talking to Spud about it, and we instantly had a laugh about it because we just recognise it instantly that it's just a thing. It almost seems like, from a woo perspective, that the universe tries to make it as hard as possible to, help you to. It makes it as hard as possible to not help you to make your art, as if it's trying to make it just that, more arduous than it needs to be. I don't know what that is. I assume it's not the case, but it's just that's how it feels. But we know from working with computers that they just seem to have a life of their own, and just don't want to behave in the way that like they should, and it defies logic. Some of the things that computers do, that you just go, why would that happen? But yet it does, and that translates into kind of doing anything with video cameras or art or whatever it is you're trying to do. So what I'm really trying to say is, when this pops up in your life, and it will, it's just a thing. It's like 90%. This is an exaggerated statistic for effect, but say like 90% or something equivalent of your creative time will be spent fixing problems. 10% will be doing the creative thing, whether that be taking videos and them not uploading properly, or trying to realign out of sync audio, cameras not working, people coming, making noise, trucks, any amount of things that can happen. There's a great Camera Conspiracies video, and if I can find it, I'll link it in the show description, where he's talking about this very thing. He says as soon as he goes to do anything personal, meaningful, in his case making vlogs, it's as if people go out of their way to annoy him. So there'll be like roadworks will start happening outside his door. He'll walk down the street, and it'll be closed, or the light will go away, and all this kind of a series of unfortunate events that if you took personally, you would find it very hard to continue, because it would feel like a very adversarial kind of a relationship you're having with your art, which is not what you want. But it is something you're going to come up against, I guarantee you. And when my wife came up against it, she was kind of going, I just don't want to do this, I don't want to deal with it. And I go, no, this is it. This is what you have to deal with. This is part of the process. This is worth getting through, because you end up with something that you really like. So I implore you to persevere in your creativity and push through, no matter what the kind of technology problems, the time problems that you'll find, or people and the annoyances, all of these things that will come around where things don't seem to want to fit into place in the exact kind of way that you would hope they would when you start finally doing your creative thing. I've talked about this before in many places where I go. We have this kind of bad sense of that if once you show up, that the universe will do basically all the work for us, because we hear of many actors and successful people talking about, I turned up, did my thing, and then the universe looked after me, and breaks came from everywhere. I got loads of good luck. And for most of us, that doesn't happen quite to the way that the most successful of successful happen for. We seem to have to a need to work a bit more about it, but we can get very frustrated when you're told that the universe is going to show up and help you, and then it doesn't. And in fact, it feels like the universe is kind of hindering you. Now, I won't get too far into weird territory. There's many reasons I have why I think that happens. But to avoid frustration is just don't rely on the universe or the world or technology being on your side. Just think or understand or allow the fact that technology is imperfect and that computers are crap, video cameras are crap, paintbrushes are terrible, your dancing shoes are going to hurt you, or whatever it is. I'll not list more unfortunate art or creative stuff. But persevere, please persevere. You get used to it. You get used to the crushing kind of weight of things not working and not working out and things being made harder. But at the end of it, you feel better for it. You don't really. I'm trying to give you courage. You just feel relieved that you've have it done. And some days, it's not every day. Some day you record your video, everything's in sync. It uploads to YouTube. People love you. People come from the street and give you a round of applause and tell you you're a wonderful person. And everything goes well. Doesn't happen too often, but some days it does. So I'll not ramble on too much, but just to sum up, if you're doing something new creative, you're going to come up against obstacles that you don't think will fail. That's just the way it seems to work. You just persevere through it and do your art anyway. And don't give up. And don't take it personally. And don't feel that the world or the universe is out to get you, or at least it's not trying to help you. That's just the process of being creative. And so be it, so it is. So, good people of the internet, until our next adventure, be well and be safe.